Hello Grinder School, I'm Colossos, and in this video I will review a session that I played not so long ago. I believe I played this one in June last month, so June 2014. So you're gonna see some very recent gameplay. What I do want to mention in this before I start reviewing my play is I've been playing the microsticks a little bit more lately, and I have to say that the games have gotten quite aggressive. I mean, when I'm raising from the button, chances that you will get 3-bet from one of the blinds are quite significant lately, in my opinion, compared to even last year, which wasn't the case back then. Also, people just are plainly more aggressive, and when somebody is on your left and is constantly 3-betting you and has position on you, you're gonna have a very hard time. So if you can't beat them, just join them. And I believe that in this video I will play quite aggressively, as will my opponents. So you will see some very you will see some plays that like last year would have been not very common, but nowadays, I mean, more and more people understand the game, so it doesn't make it easier. But there's one big advantage: people just don't want to fold, so you can value bet. You can value bet worse hands than you could previously, just because people just because everybody's so aggressive, people think that they are being bluffed off their hands. But okay, that's enough talk. Let's just continue with the video, and we'll see how things develop in the first hand. Here, ace king. I raised it up. By the way, when I have strong hands like ace king nowadays, hell, I'm just making it 4.5x. I'm under the gun. I mean, I know it's not balancing, because I would never do this with pocket deuces, for instance. I would make it 3x, but I will balance that, and with pocket aces I will make it also 3x, so nobody really knows anyway. And essentially nobody really cares at the micro stakes. They have a hand like queen deuce suited. They heard in a video that it's a good hand to be 3-betting with. They don't know why. So whether you make it 4x pre-flop or 3x, they will 3-bet you anyway. So let's continue. On the table number 3, I have ace 10 suited. The hand is just too good to be 3-betting. I have no hands on the guy on the button. I just want to keep all his worst hands in there, which he has plenty of. My ace 10 is way stronger than his range, although I can't establish his range from Poker Tracker, but I assume that he knows that he's on the button, and he has to raise a lot of hands. So I want to keep the advantage of having I want to keep the advantage of having a lot of equity versus his hand range. On table number 1, we flop top 2 pair. I'm c-betting big. I mean, on this flop, he's either calling or he's folding. If he has a flush draw, he's raising anyway, probably. If he has like pocket sevens, he's gonna fold anyway. So I just wanna bet and bet big. I have a strong hand. He's playing on his iPad. I doubt that he knows that I'm a nit. And on table number 3, we get a really small c-bet. This is indicative of not a very strong hand. I would like myself raise this c-bet. We have equity, we have a gut shot, we have a backdoor. I think his hand is something like 9 queen, maybe jack 10. Something weak, something like this. Maybe he has a gut shot. So I do raise it up on table number 3, which I like. We get an insta snap call on after my raise on table number 3. Don't like the snap call. I want to keep the advantage of having a lot of equity versus his hand range. So I just want to bet and bet big. I have a strong hand. I want to keep the advantage of having a lot of equity versus his hand range. The 9 isn't the best card since now 9 queen also beats me. It is not a diamond. If it were a diamond, I would barrel. Now, since he snapped called, he didn't even think about it. I don't mind barreling, but I also don't mind checking and seeing what he does. If he bets anything higher than 150, I'm gonna fold there. The board is now paired, so if a queen comes on the river, I might be beaten by a flush. Sorry, a full house. So the 9 isn't the best card. And he snap called. He didn't even think about it. I think somebody with a gut shot would at least think about my raise and see how much he has to call. On table number 1 we get called, which is nice. I'm just gonna barrel big again, I hope. It gets checked through here on table number 3, which makes me believe that he never has a 9. Possibly a jack. I don't think, the way I played it, I can't really pretend that I have a big hand, so I'm just basically giving up. On table number 1 we get called. The jack doesn't worry me the least. I mean, I hope basically the jack helped him, made him like ace jack, so he called twice. So either he hit now on the river, this is interesting, either he has an ace which he's not gonna fold, or he has a missed flush draw which he's going to fold no matter what. Maybe you can induce something by betting $1 here and seeing that he maybe has a missed flush draw and does some crazy ship, but I think a flush draw would be more inclined to have raised on the flop. So I would like almost shove everything in here on table number 1. There's almost one size pot, and if he has, yeah, I mean, and hope that he calls with some kind of ace. Here on table number 3 we see ace jack. So I was correct in the sense that his c-bet was kind of weak. He didn't have a lot. He had middle pair. If I barrel the turn, I would have gotten a fold out of him. Not entirely sure. Don't know enough about the player. It's interesting that for me to see that he didn't value bet the river. So we have a feeling of how this guy plays now. On table number 1, just ship it, Colossos. Yeah. No, I don't ship it. I'm gonna make a... I think I would rather like just ship it. I'm thinking what to do. And I do ship it. Well, it's not a ship. I'll leave 30 cents out. I think I'll rather like a ship. It seems bigger. He calls, which is nice. If he calls there, I believe he has an ace, and a good one. Ace queen, ace jack. Yeah, ace jack. Okay, so okay, I'm reviewing that hand for myself now. But going back to hand, well, it wasn't a bad card for him to fall on the river. He makes 2 pair. So I guess I got maximum value out of that hand, except for the 30 cents on the could have gotten an extra 30 cents there. I should have shipped it completely, over bet the pot. Maybe my calculation, I should review my bet sizing on the turn. I'm not gonna do it right now. The video has to keep running. Probably I should have increased my bet sizing on the turn, and then I had the ship on the river. So made a mistake there, probably. But that's always a very nice beginning of a video when you stack some money. Ace king again. Well, I'll make it 3.5x on table number 4. Jack 3 suited is probably a 3-bet here versus a guy playing 14-14. I was just checking his 3-bet stats. Jack 3 suited is a hand I would 3-bet there. establishing aggressive image. 10 jack is a hand. Okay, here I don't 3-bet 10 jack. I mean, this guy limped in, this guy min raised. I have 10 jack, I have position. The hand plays fairly well multi-way. I'm going for 2 pairs and straights, possibly trips, of course. And I have position, so I don't mind more people coming along with that hand. I'm not playing the hand for top pair value. On table number 4, we completely whiff 9, 10, 5. But the flop is kind of dry. I would like myself making a c-bet here and hoping it folds like pocket sixes, any pocket pair. I would c-bet once. If I do get a call here, I probably, unless it's an ace or a king, I probably am done with the hand. Well, maybe a jack or a queen. Well, yeah, there's some, because it gives me an extra gut shot. I don't see his stats. He's playing 50-50 depending on how he plays. I don't see how many hands I have on him. On table number 1, we flop top pair on a very board. I have to bet here on table number 1. I have to protect my equity. If I get raised, I'm done with the hand, by the way. If he raises here, he's never doing it as a bluff. He either has like a really good draw or he already has me beat. So this is just like a bet fold on table number 1. And with the 10 jack on table number 2, I'm just going to, if it gets checked to me, I will bet. If somebody else bets, I probably fold. Yeah. Okay, I make a c-bet on table number 1. 110, that's decent for a 3-bet pot. And with the 10 jack, I think I'm just folding there. No, I mean, I don't want to change gut shots, and you also don't know what the guy behind me is going to do. You can always raise. So with the ace king, I make a c-bet and I get a fold. That's nice. And table number 2, I just make a fold, which is what I was hoping for. Don't want to show stupid stuff. Ten jack offsuit, out of position versus a 16-13 guy is just a fold on table number 3. I'm probably thinking about 3-betting, but he raised from the hijack. 16-13 is really tight. Jack 4 suited. Only 7 hands on that guy. Don't know about 3-betting. I don't think I will 3-bet that one. It's not. Well, okay, I do it. That's fine. And with the king queen on table number 2, I am ISO raising for X versus limp. We get called on table number 3 in our 3-bet. We flop super. We flop 2 pair, but the 2 pair is really sensitive. I mean, we can easily get beaten. So I would like to see myself bet quite big here. It's never gonna fold an ace king or something like this, but I also don't want to get more clubs off. I mean, I also don't want a king or a queen isn't the best, because it can make him a better 2 pair. Just going to bet significantly, probably, because I mean, if he has an ace, he's not folding. With this bet, I'm telling I have a hand versus him. That's the bad part about betting this big, because if he has any understanding, when I bet 150 into a $1.80 pot, he knows I'm not folding to a raise. So that's kind of unfortunate, maybe. We'll see. I'll take snap folds. I ISO raised the king queen on table number 2. 2-6-8 versus this is bad board. I don't know. C-betting here. I doubt it. Both people are calling stations. I think I'm gonna take the free card there. I'm never gonna get a pocket pair to fold. There's just too many overcards. Will probably float me like ace X of something, and they beat me. So it gets checked around twice now. 2, 6, 8, 3. The pot is there, and it's. I think nobody has an 8. So if I bet here and I get called, I have to bet the river, and I will get probably quite a bit of folds. I can also check, but I mean, I think the pot is now there for me to take. So I wouldn't mind making a bet, and then I don't know what I'm going to do there. I don't remember. What happened here? I get dunk betted into on table number 3, 2, 4, 4, by a guy playing 16-13 on this flop. So I don't know what that means. It's probably a flush draw. I mean, or some pocket 5, 6s, 7s, 8s, something like this. I mean, I have to raise this. This 2, 4, 4. I have Jack 10. I think I'm gonna raise it once and see how he reacts to it. I do check. I check behind here on table number 2. What I also noticed is that I checked quite quickly on the turn. Now I see it, so I think if I barreled. Wow, and now this guy bets 10 cents. I'm falling for 10 cents. I'm not beating anything. But on table number 2, when people check flopped, wow, and he had ace 9 and he wins the hand. So definitely I could have betted on the turn, and my read is right that on the river, if he didn't make the fold already on the turn, which he probably does, I will take it on the river. That could have been better. That was a pot for me there with the king queen. I could have played that one better. With the jack 10, well, he bets, calls, and now a king comes. It's not too bad. I have the jack of spades, and the king is a good card if he has something like pocket 8s, pocket 9s. I definitely can represent the king. So I wouldn't mind barreling there versus a 16-13. If he has a flush draw, he's gonna raise me, and I can easily fold my hand. If he has a flush now, I can easily fold my hand. So if I bet like $1.40, $1.30, I'm gonna take down the pot, unless he hit his flush. And I do $1.40, which is $1.50. I make it even more convincing. I'm saying, okay, any insta folds. Well played. The pocket 8s, that flop isn't the best, but it's a really dry flop. So if nobody has an ace, they're gonna fold, and if they have a 9, they're probably gonna raise. So that was a decent c-bet. So things are pretty much going my way. There was a big pot. I'm reviewing it because I like to know how my opponents play against each other. What happens here? So we got a 3-bet. This guy raised, this guy 3-bets, this guy called, this guy bets almost pot on a 2-5 jack flop, so he's not folding probably. So let's see what happens. The guy calls, a blank comes off, and the other guy basically just ships, well, puts all his money in there. 2, 5, 3, and then the last $2 go in there. So this guy must have be something like aces or kings, and this guy, I don't know. He's playing 45-36, so he can have like top pair. Oh, we're not gonna see the end. That's unfortunate. Oh, but I write it down. So probably he was chasing a draw, Safka. Um, I'm making a note about it that he chases draw even when people bet full pot versus him. Ace 10 on table number 2. This is a call for me, not a 3 bet. The hand is too good to be 3 betting. Flop comes ace 7 9. Now I'm just going into check call mode. So if he bets, I doubt that I will raise versus a C bet on table number 2. Okay, the video just went out for just a second, but let's continue. We have the ace 10. He didn't bet. I don't understand why I don't bet myself now on the turn here. He checked behind on the flop. Kind of funny. Now he c-bets. Now he bets when the king comes. Obviously, I'm just calling. I don't see any point in raising. Another ace. Would mind making a lead. Nah, check behind. Maybe he goes for value with a king, thinking that I never have an ace. Or at least chances are small that I have an ace. Unfortunately, he checks behind and he shows. What does he show? He shows king 7. He doesn't bet his king 7. Okay, I would have. Yeah, it's probably better that I dunk out the river like 50 cents and get an extra 50 cents. It's not folding king 7. Small mistake there, I think. 7-9. I'm thinking about 3-betting, checking his 3-bet stats. And when I saw his 3-bet stats, well, his fold to 3-bet, I probably said nah. Ace 3 raising from the cutoff. We flop bottom pair, top kicker, simple c-bet, and take it down. If we get raised in on that c-bet, I'm obviously folding. I'm gonna ISO raise a guy playing 50-0 with 6-7 offsuit on the button. I tagged him green. I would play like almost any hand versus him. Okay, we flop nothing except a gut shot. Simple c-bet. We get called. The queen comes off versus a guy like this. I probably will not barrel. Because he's just not gonna fold if he has anything. If he has a gut shot, he's not folding. Ace high, he's not folding probably because man, maybe a 4 comes off. So I think I like to check back there with 7 high. It's unfortunate, but versus these type of guys, I'm gonna check and hope that I hit something. Oh no, I make a bet. I do make the bet. I'm not too sure if I like that there with 7-6. Of course, it's the only way I can win the hand. By betting. I don't know. Versus a guy playing 50-0, I would rather bet when I have actually something. A deuce comes off on the river. We get dunked into it. It's just a fold. I don't know if I like my double barrel against the guy who limps in all the time and calls. Probably. people who limp in pre-flop usually have the tendency to call post-flop very lightly. Next hand, okay, so now we're in the situation that we actually hit something, so I hope they are bet big now. If I don't do that, I will hit myself. Yeah, make it 60 cents. Yeah, he's not falling anyway. Oh, wow. Okay, now he falls. Damn it. Yeah, my play on table number 3. So I called him pre-flop, king, queen. Not the best hands, but versus a guy playing 43-18. I mean, I can't make huge mistakes versus these guys. And I don't mind donking the turn. I do have equity and fold equity, and I betted like 30 cents into a 70 cents pot. Obviously, I'm showing to him that I don't have something really strong, but a guy playing on his phone, playing 43-18, doesn't really realize this. So my equity plus my fold equity and my small bet size, I can live with making with my play there. Okay, so on table number 4, somebody was trying to steal my big blind. If they make it 3x, I default almost any 2 cards. I have position, and I'll outplay them post flop. Here we flop top pair. Don't see anything else I can do except to call. If he bets again, I will call again. What? I'm gonna raise? Oh, interesting. I'll make a small raise. That's how I would play if I hit a 7, so I'm showing a hand that's really strong here, making this raise. He's not betting big, he's betting 70 cents into a $1.34 pot, so he's betting half the pot, so he doesn't have something like pocket jacks, which he's trying to protect, pocket queens. He's rather betting something drawy. Something seems to be drawing, so actually I don't mind my raise there, squeezing extra value out of him. He's still gonna call with his flush draws, but I don't mind, because if a flush or anything comes, I'm checking behind on the river. I'm not gonna value bet. I don't see any hands that will call a value bet on the river. So actually, I like my raise here. I'm squeezing extra value out of him. And I mean, I'm not allowing him to re-bluff me, because what I'm showing here is really strong. Raising on the turn, everybody knows alarm bells should be going off. So I'm not afraid of the re-bluff. So actually, I don't mind that. Unfortunately, he just folded. Nice. And I also, let's say, I also limit my loss. I made like a small raise. I'm talking about the hands again on table number 4. I'm making a small raise, smaller than any bet size that he would make on the river if he has something decent, and puts me in an awkward spot of, damn it, I'm paying him off when he does have pocket tens, for instance. So I like my raise there. Pocket threes. Well, the thing here is that when I hit a set and people play, and I've been playing aggressive, people are going to pay me off lightly, so I don't mind calling there instead of 3-betting. I know a lot of people 3-bet it because it doesn't play really well. Well, it does play well post flop, but chances that you win are really tiny. You only hit a stat 1 in 8 times about. So, but I mean, 1 in 8 times, you get paid off at the micro stakes quite a bit. So sets are just gold in the micro stakes. So I rather see a flop and hit a set and get paid off, rather than get 3-bet and then maybe get 4-bet and then I have to fold and lose a great opportunity if I were up against aces and was able to see a flop. On table number, as I said, games have been are increasingly more aggressive. I have kings here. I get 3-bet. I'm definitely going for the 4-bet. It's a small 3-bet. Four bets. Curious as what he's going to do. He folds. That's unfortunate. We have pocket tens. Okay, Colossos, why don't you 3-bet here? I don't mind more people coming into the pot. I don't want to blow no IDD out of pot. And post flop, it's not gonna be easy. Pocket tens, I mean, a lot of overcards will come. A lot of the time, a lot of overcards will come, and then my hand doesn't play easy. I just like to hit. My favorite hand is trip tens. It just looks nice. Not the best hand, but I just like trip tens, so I don't mind more people coming along. And guess what happens? We hit trip tens. On table number, okay, we have some action here going on. On table number 4, we get 3-bets. Ace 3, this is just a fold. On table number 2, I raised under the gun, king, queen, and the guy we know that calls, so I should be betting like against 60 cents here. On table number 2, on table number 1, pocket sixes, I'm just gonna be set mining, as I explained before. I will not 3-bet this probably. I just like to hit sets, and as I do on table number 3, and then get paid off. This is a small bet here on table number 3, 50 cents into a $1 pot. I can't just call here. Too many crappy cards, scare cards can come off. Any club, a 9, a jack, just bleh. So I have to raise that bet. Yeah, make it 2. And I don't get paid off with the pocket tens. With the queens again, he folds now on table number 2. It's unfortunate. I do eventually end up, well, I hit my set and then you don't get paid off. Well, that happens. Nothing you can do. Okay, a queen 10 suited table number 3. I'm gonna defend that. Defend. I'm gonna play it in position versus a guy. This is a flop that I can raise. Reason being is that nobody ever bluffs these flops. Okay, he checks to me, so I make a c-bet here. I have an open-ender. Not the best one, because some of my outs are obviously tainted. He calls. Now I have showdown value. I don't know. Well, let me quickly think about this. I don't see 2014. He check calls this one. It's kind of funny. Either he's chasing a draw, or he has a complete nuts. Because it's kind of weird that he check calls this after he was a pre-flop raiser. I think I should be checking on table number 3. I do have now showdown value with the pair tens. In case that he, yeah, I should be checking on table number 3. And on table number 1, I'm just giving up. On table number 2, ace king. I believe that can be a 3-bet. Ship it in. Although 20, 3-bet. If I get 4-bet, probably ship. a huge 3-bet, which I like. It seems like I'm squeezing, so I like it. Let's see what happens on table number 3. Yeah, I check behind, which is fine. Table number 4 seems to be breaking up. And what happens here? It just show up with ace queen on table number 3 just to analyze his play. He has, of course, he's never folding the turn. And then he doesn't even bet on the river because somebody might have the aces of diamonds or what. It's funny. This guy seems really needy post flop. If I were him, I would have definitely betted on the river. Well, I like the way I played it. Don't know if I like the way he played it. I think I would have betted on the flop there. So many outs. Oh wow, this is a cold huge 4-bet by somebody who wasn't a cold 4-bet. With their 310, he's fully stacked. I have no hands on him. This is just a fold. This is aces or kings. I mean, possibly ace king. I doubt it, but this is aces kings queens. Sometimes ace king, so I don't think I'm in very good shape versus him, and I think folding there is the best. I also don't have any reads on him, and a guy who is fully stacked, I give a little bit more credit. And I just folded. Sniff. When the hand played out, I checked ace king. Yeah, I have showdown value, and the board is really drawy, so I expect a lot of calls on the flop if I bet. And I do have some showdown value on table number 4, so I like checking it back there. I would have bet like if I had something like pocket deuces maybe. I would have bet. Well, I do have showdown value with pocket deuces also, but if I had something like that never wins with high cards, I might have made a bet after he checks the turn to me, because people checking flop, checking turn, just don't have anything. And the video. Okay, we're doing fine. A6 suited, raising from the button, and we flop top pair. I'm not afraid of any cards coming off, so I could have been checking back this board, trying to hit something like if a jack comes, like letting somebody hit a jack. So I probably checked back this flop. I'm just not afraid of anything. But now I get dunked into. I don't believe I can fold for 1-bet. I doubt that he donks an 8 there. I'm discounting 8s definitely, but you never know with these guys. So I make the call. Wow, I hit my miracle card. So now I hope he has an 8, but chances are really tiny that he has an 8. I don't see any point in raising. If I raise, my hand is so face up. So I call him. Well, he bets $3. I'm just shipping. I have the nuts. Yeah, I'm just shipping and hoping that he calls with, yeah, I mean, an 8. If he calls, we're probably splitting, but I can't waste the opportunity. And he actually had a better hand than me. With ace queen. Queen 8. It's a hand I can 3-bet. Yes, queen 8 suited on the button. I'm just always trying to annoy the guy on my right. I want to frustrate this guy so much that he starts making mistakes. Something I've been paying attention to lately. Just try to really annoy him, and then in the end take his money. If you haven't been playing poker for that long, you should maybe learn that poker, the money in a poker table always goes around clockwise. So you're giving money to the people on your left, and the people on your right are giving money to you. Money flows that way on a poker table. So you want to maximize that by focusing on the people, on the people to your right. Video has been running for quite a bit. There's still quite a bit of footage, and if I do believe there is quite a bit of action left in this video. You know what? I'm gonna pause the video, quickly forward to maybe some of the interesting parts, and do it like that. If there are no interesting parts, well, then I will just come back to say bye. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, here I think this hand plays out nicely on table number 4. 8 queen, obviously standard raise from the button. We seem to have a bad player in the big blind playing on his iPhone and playing 75-0 after 4 hands only, but he played 3 out of 4 hands. We flop top pair, so obviously I probably have the best hand, and I'm betting to make them pay for draws over cards they call with. Now we have an added flush draw, so I still believe I have the best hand right here, so I should be betting for value, which I do. 150. Let's suppose he ships it in here. Just so, what would I do? I have top pair. If he ships in here, he has a 4, more than likely. Then I have to make some quick math. He has $6.87 left. If he has a 4, then I have the 8, which I have 2 8s. 8 hearts. I'm discounting 1 heart because maybe he has like ace 4 and with the ace of hearts, so obviously that's not a good thing. Or he doesn't, for instance, if he doesn't need to have the ace of hearts, he can have like ace, and the ace of heart comes off, giving him a full house. So I have to make some quick math then. I think it's gonna be pretty close then if he ships here to make a call. $1.50. I have to call. I have to call 530 into a well, that's close. I think it's a fault if he ships. Luckily the guy seems to be rather passive. Now obviously I'm shipping. Oh no, Colossos bet bigger. Oh, why am I betting small? And yeah, of course he can't have a lot, but still. calls. I don't know. I think a guy playing so bad, I should bet bigger against. He had pocket threes. Wow. Okay, if I bet bigger, he folds probably. I don't know what he was going to soul read me. Okay, so that was that hand. I'm gonna pause the video. You know, guys, instead of pausing the video, I think I'm just gonna let it go and make another video. There's still too many action to come, and I want to cover it. Here on table number 4, this guy min raised me. I raised king 10 offsuit, and this guy made a min 3 bet. King 10 isn't the best hand, but I mean, versus such a guy, I think I have to stack off at this point. He checks, I check. He checks again. It's probably not that in Israel. I check again. Why am I playing so passive? Colossos. It's definitely gonna pay something with queens or jacks. He's gonna at least pay one street if he has some hand like that. Now he bets one. Wow, that's weird. I mean, I have to call it off since he checked both. But why is he making such a big bet? If he's bluffing, he gets the same with a 70-cent bet. But I mean, probably not thinking about it. I make the call. Oh wow. Okay, so he didn't bet because he got the complete and other nuts on the turn. He didn't. Yeah, I mean, these guys are. Yeah, they're not too good. He could have gotten all my money, but that's why they are bad. They pay you off with weak hands, and when they have a strong hand, they don't get their money because they slow play it. So never play like this guy. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. There probably will be a part 2, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.